All right, so today we're diving into this story, and it's really kind of taken off. This story about Senator Jeff Sessions receiving an award from the NAACP.
Oh, wow.
You know, the organization, the one at
Yeah.
the forefront of the civil rights movement.
Huge organization.
Yeah, when you first hear it, it sounds a little unbelievable.
It does.
Takes
It
a-
raises a lot of questions, especially with all the accusations of racism that Sessions has faced over the course of his career.
Exactly.
It's, to say the least, an intriguing claim.
Yes, and the source that we're looking at today, it doesn't really shy away from how sensational this is. It's an MP3 titled, get this, "A shocking picture was just found in Jeff Sessions' desk. It's going viral and for good reason."
Wow.
Presented as a report by Lindsay Bruce for Liberty Writers News.
Okay.
And the language is pretty strong.
Yeah, Liberty Writers News, known for their very partisan content, often leaning heavily on right-wing talking points.
Yeah.
Even some conspiracy theories at times.
Right.
So that context is really important to keep in mind as we look at the claims that they're making.
Okay, so let's break it down. What are they actually claiming in this report?
They're claiming that there's a photograph of Sessions receiving this NAACP award and that it's circulating online.
Mhm.
And they're saying that this is definitive proof against the accusations of racism. And they even go so far as to say that it'll make certain political opponents, quote, their heads explode.
Wow. That's some pretty charged language.
Yeah,
It seems like they're trying to get a specific emotional response from their audience.
for sure.
But let's get back to the facts here. They say that this picture was found in Sessions' office in Mobile, Alabama, as they were preparing for his move to the Justice Department. But that's it. No other details, like when this award was given or for what exactly.
Right. That lack of context is really important. We need more information if we want to really understand what this award signifies, if it even exists.
Right.
You know, the NAACP is a highly respected organization. And an award from them, it carries a lot of weight. But the circumstances surrounding the award,
Right.
like when it was given, the reason for it, Sessions' role at the time, all that needs to be considered.
It kind of seems like they're hoping people won't look any further. Like, just throw out the headline, get the emotions going, and call it a day.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be strange for any sitting senator to receive an award from the NAACP, especially someone who's faced all these allegations of voter suppression efforts
Yeah.
targeting Black communities?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It really shows that we need to look at this situation with more nuance. We can't just take this claim at face value.
Yeah.
We have to investigate further, look for evidence to support it, and consider alternative perspectives.
Right. We need to know, did this award even happen? Is there independent verification? Did it make the news back in 2009 when it was supposedly given? Are there any other sources that say this happened? And what do critics of Sessions have to say about it?
All good questions. We can't rely on just one source, especially one that's known to be biased. We need to look at this with healthy skepticism and be ready to really think critically about what we're seeing.
So what's next? Where do we go from here with this deep dive?
Well, I think the first thing we should do is look into that 2009 timeframe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if Sessions really did get this award while he was a senator, it seems like there would be some record of it somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think an event like that.
Yeah.
Especially with all the controversy surrounding him, you'd think it would have gotten some media attention.
For sure. At least some news coverage.
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe a press release. Maybe it's mentioned on his website.
So we actually had our research team do just that. They went through news archives, official records, all that. And,
What did they find?
well, not much. Absolutely nothing, actually.
Really?
No news articles, no press releases from the NAACP, no mention of it on Sessions' Senate website. It's like this award never even existed.
Wow. That's pretty suspicious. I mean, I know things can get lost sometimes, but for there to be absolutely no public record of it, that's a huge red flag.
Right. It makes you wonder why there's such a difference between the claim and what actually happened.
Yeah, baby.
It's almost like the story is just the claim itself, not an actual event.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
our research team didn't stop there. They went right to the source and reached out to the NAACP for a statement.
Good. I mean, getting a statement straight from them, that would be the best way to know for sure.
Right. So what did they say?
I'm waiting.
Well, they said that Senator Sessions has never received an award from the NAACP.
Huh.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that seems pretty definitive.
It really does.
Sounds like Liberty Writers News might have stretched the truth a little bit.
To say the least, it's a good reminder that we can't believe everything we read online, especially when it comes from sources that are known for partisan reporting. We have to think critically. And really look at the evidence.
It's all about being informed, questioning the source,
Yeah.
their motivation, the evidence they use, and watching out for signs of bias or manipulation.
Right, like using emotionally charged language,
Yeah.
leaving out important details, and not having any evidence to back up their claims.
All red flags.
For sure. But, even though this claim about the NAACP award is false, it still brings up questions about Sessions' record on race and civil rights.
Yeah, it's a complicated issue
Yeah.
with a long history. And this story, even though it's not true, it shows just how hard it is to figure out what's real in a world full of so much information.
It's interesting because this whole thing, even though it's about this specific event, it points to a bigger trend we're seeing, this spread of misinformation, and using these narratives to try to change people's minds.
You're right. It's not just about one senator and one award. It's about how easily misinformation can spread, especially when it plays into what people already believe.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, right? Like, how does a story like this, even after we know it's not true, still get so much attention? Well, it's like, even if we can prove the award doesn't exist, the idea is already out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good example of what we call information laundering. You start with a piece of information, doesn't even matter if it's true, and you put it through the media cycle and social media. And by the time it's made the rounds, enough people have seen it that it starts to seem believable, even if it's been debunked.
Plus, it's not about if it's true or false. It's more about how many times you see it and how many people are talking about it.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so difficult. We live in a world where information spreads so fast that it's hard to keep up with what's actually true.
Yeah, and people want to believe things that fit with their own views.
That's right.
It's like that saying, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes. But here's the thing. This lie isn't even completely made up. It's more like they twisted the facts to tell a certain story.
Yeah, like, remember how the report talked about Sessions getting awards, but didn't say who gave him the awards
Yeah.
or what they were for?
Right. That's how they can use a little bit of truth to make people believe something that isn't true.
And it's harder to prove wrong because it's not totally made up.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to think critically, like we were saying before. Question the source. Look for missing information. And get different perspectives.
We can't just sit back and take in information. We have to be active.
Right.
This whole thing shows how easily we can be influenced,
Right.
especially when information plays into our biases.
Our emotion.
Always have to be careful and question what we see and hear.
It's not about not trusting anything. It's about healthy skepticism.
Yeah.
Be willing to look deeper, ask questions, and challenge what you think you know.
We have to remember that things are usually complicated.
Yeah.
There's always more to the story.
So how do we deal with all this information?
Yeah, how do we know what's real and what's not?
One of the most important things is to get information from different sources.
Oh?
Don't just rely on one news outlet or website,
Look at different viewpoints and be open to changing your mind.
even if it's uncomfortable.
Sometimes the things that are hardest to hear are the most important.
It's about being open to different ways of seeing things.
And being willing to change your mind when there's new evidence.
The goal isn't to be right all the time. It's to learn and understand.
And be able to have conversations about what's going on.
So to wrap up this deep dive, it started with something simple, but it really shows how complicated information is, especially in the digital world.
Be curious, be skeptical, and never stop asking questions.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.